Hello everybody. So this is a video a long time in the promising, and it's finally here. We'll see what we can do. I'm just going to do this in one shot. I'm not going to do any editing. If I say something stupid, it's staying in. The point of this is basically to see if I can get you guys some cheaper commons to send out to TTMs or even to fill sets. What I heard a lot in the community was people mentioning eBay, using eBay to pick up cards for TTMs. And it's a great way to spend a lot of money because there's not a lot of eBay people that are willing to ship for, basically in plain white envelopes anymore. And on Sportlots, there are people willing to do that. Commons on Sportlots start at 18 cents. It's the lowest somebody can list something. And on eBay, even if someone's shipping for $1 in a PWE, they're going to start that auction probably at $1. So even for one common card, not very often you're going to get it for, less than $2 on eBay. Whereas on Sportlots, if you pick the right seller, you can get multiple cards for that. So that's what we're going to do. This is not actually, here's my disclaimer, this is not actually a commercial for this website. The reason I'm having to do this is because the software and how this site is laid out is horrible. It's horrible. This guy could be making so much more money than he is that it wouldn't take probably that much fixing. But it's out of date. It's not very intuitive. Whoops, my screen went to sleep here. And I don't know. This is not a commercial. I'm trying to help friends maybe save a couple bucks. It is a skill that you'll have to develop. And I think in the long run, if you can get good at this, even just what I show you today, depending on how many cards you order, you can save yourself. I'll probably save myself 50 to 100 bucks a year, if not more. Just ordering, commons for TTMing and stuff. So what we're going to do, so I don't know where to start. So what I've done is I have a couple cards here that I want to send out for TTMing, but I want to add like a card of each guy, just so I can get some extra stuff. So I need the fuel. So here's the list of what I'm looking for. And if I can find one seller that has all this stuff and he's got like decent shipping, then I should do pretty good. 4 cards, and I bet I could get these 4 easily for under $4, probably closer to 2.5, depending on the seller. So let's check it out. So first we're going to do this Jeff Shaw, and you're going to want store selected here. Let's go up here first off. So I want you to ignore this. These are messages to me. This is means I have an invoice from an auction. That's another thing for another time. You do need a login, and these are just links to the guy's other sites, which he doesn't really use all that much. Account, that's your personal information, address, stuff like that. Orders, it shows whether it's pending or it's been shipped out by the seller. Here's where you go if you want to sell stuff, which you can do. That's, again, another video for another time. If you guys want me to elaborate on what I've shown you with this site, we can maybe do like a how to sell on, how to do auctions, things like that. But for today, let's just stick with the task at hand and find our 4 cards that we want. So here's this Jeff Shaw. Plug it in. Baseball has to be selected. If it says football, it'll show you nothing. So here we go. Here's the 98 Jeff Shaw. So there's 16 total Jeff Shaws listed. It'll show the lowest price here. So if someone has one for $5, it would still say 18 cents. The card number, typically here just you expand to see what's available. In most cases, there won't be pictures unless it's like a vintage or a higher end or kind of like a tricky card where it might have some kind of variation. So that's another thing going in. You know, if it's important for you to have, the 98 Stadium Club 260 Jeff Shaw in a gym mint, if that's important to you for your TTMing, which doesn't seem likely, then this might not be a good resource. But keep that in mind. So these are all the sellers, and I'm going to actually click View All because there's more. It'll only display, I don't know, what is this, 12, 15 at a time. But if I click View All, it'll show everybody on the site, every seller on the site that sells this card. So next, how do I know who to pick? Well, that's great. They're all 18 cents. Can I just pick one randomly and add it to my cart? Check out. There I go. I'm done. Not so much, because some sellers are willing to send in that PWE, saving you big dollars. Other sellers immediately go right to a bubble mailer, and 18 cents is really 4.18 or whatever. So to figure out what the shipping rates are, we're just going to click on their username. Boom. Here we go. BJBSue51, who I've used before. They sell one card for 85 cents, but now here we jump up 2 cards. And remember, I want 4. We jump up to 4.25. So probably not a great candidate for me. I'm going to close that. Let's check this out. T. Perkins starts at 3.25. Again, I'm cheap. I'm here to get some cheap cards for TTMing. So Lotta Car. Okay, and I've used Lotta Car before. I can go up to 4 cards, and I'm still only going to be charged $1.70. So Lotta Car is a good candidate to potentially buy this card from. We're going to click Add. So now I have a card in my cart, and it's this card from Lotta Car. Okay, let's go look at a few others. I'm just going to look at some sellers that I know well here. Westlake. I bought from Westlake many times. So when I go to check out, like let's say I use Westlake, I buy the 4 cards. When I check out, I can choose the budget or the premium. So if I really wanted that padded mailer, I could choose to pay more in shipping. But I wouldn't do that. Again, remember, I'm cheap. That's why I'm doing this. Let's see who else we got here. Jay Westport. I've used him or her, whoever, many times. 4 cards for $1.20. Not bad. And these are all commons, so keep that in mind. How about, let's check WebGator. 85 cents for one, up to 4, $1.25. Then it jumps to 4. So he or she's willing to stick up to 4 cards in a PWE, ship them off. Okay. Let's just take a few more JD cards. 4 cards for $1.20. Why not? Now, see, I'm carding a lot of the same card, and so you're probably thinking, well, you're not going to buy 8 of the same card. You're right, I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm giving myself a lot of options. So when I search for the other cards, I can pick the seller that basically has the most of what I want. Okay, so we've got how many? 6 Jeff Shaws carded up here. Let's just check another random seller here. I've never heard of this guy. 4 cards, 90 cents. Okay. Pameljo, whatever. Okay, another thing. This number is basically their feedback. So a lot of cars sold 20,000. He's got 20,000 feedback. So he's likely to have a lot of inventory because he's got a lot of feedback. As they go down here, like JD cards, might be a little newer. Maybe he's been doing this 15 years and just doesn't sell very much. But it's probably less likely that I'm going to find the other 3 cards I want. But I carded them up anyway. And same with Pamelo. Let's go look at our cart. It's a little ridiculous because I have, oh, that's my mail, pardon me. I have an auction to pay for. Okay, we've got 7 of the same card. Well, that seems pretty useless. It's not. What it does is gives us options. So let's go. I need a Russ Snyder. Russ Snyder, former Cardinal or former Oriole. I think I have a 64 team card that I want to get somebody on, and I just kind of chose Russ Snyder. But I also want like a nice, flagship. So we're going from late 90s back to vintage. So as I search for this, here we go. There are 101. Wow. Okay. So here we will see some pictures. Like I said, with vintage, a little more likely. Oh, let's go look at a picture. Why not? And this might even be useful to see. Would it be a good card to have signed? Well, now I can see. Oh, that would look great with a signature right there. Beautiful. The other thing I do when I can't find pictures is I'll open ComC in another tab, and just I'll copy and paste this over, and just to see what the card looks like. Like I said, on vintage, you're gonna at least be able to see one picture. So we have that list of how many sellers, 7 now, and the problem is, like, I'm not going to memorize who all of them are and be able to go through here and like pick out. Like, I see Westlake, but maybe I don't want to spend $1.50 on a Nearman. I might want, like an excellent. I can still get a decent card. So what I'm going to do is this lists all the sellers that are selling this card. So every name under here matches the names here that are selling this exact card. So do you notice there's like blue names? Okay. Those are guys that are selling cards that are in my cart already. So now I'm going to go in here and select just those guys. And like I said, this is a little bit of work, but if you do this enough, you're going to save some money. And I've ordered 80 cards at a time before, and I'm paying $25 for, and there's no way I could have done that anywhere else. So again, I feel sort of bad doing a commercial for this guy, because I think you should just fix his site. But so 3 of those sellers that are selling the Jeff Shaw are also selling this exact Russ Snyder. So what I did was I selected all of them. A lot of times this will already be selected, and if I click here, this will still say selected, and when I go to filter, it'll show me all of them again. It's just another one of those things on this site. You have to learn how to manage it. So now here's just my 3 sellers when it gets there. Here we go. And we should just see, okay, Lottacar, Westlake, J. Westport. So already those other, what 4 or 5 guys are out of the running for my business. But this is how I'm finding what I want. So I'm going to go in here, and I actually don't mind all these prices. I'm going to add. I really only need to pick one from Lottacar. Might as well get the near mint for the same price as the excellent. So Lottacar, Westlake, J. Westport. Okay, so when I go in here to my cart, I will see a lot of Jeff Shaws still, and I can certainly go and remove. Look, okay, Pamelaho is out of the running. I could go and delete all this, all the extra ones, but I'm going to leave it for now. I'll show you later how to deal with that. So I got 3 guys. Hopefully, at least one of them has these last 2 cards I want. So a Tim Stauffer. I have that cool. Remember when I got that cognac lot from 2011? There's a Tim Stauffer in there, or I think 2. And I just wanted something else to send out here. So we hopefully will find one. And that's just the card I identified previously to try and do this. What I might do is, if I couldn't find one, I might go in and just take out the specifics to get a wider range of cards. But here we go. See where all stars is selected. If I select, look, here's this bug. Okay, so like let's pretend I only want to see AAA cards. I go here, I go down to filter, and it's still going to show me all, even though I clicked on, so I have to unclick buggy. JD Cards wasn't one of our guys. Jay Westport was, and Lotta Car, and was it Westlake? So these three guys also have this Tim Stauffer. So hopefully, with a little luck, I'm going to be able to pull this off, which would be great because then I won't have to trash the video and I can still, you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, still got 3 sellers with 3 of the 4 cards that I want. Whoops, there's my Stadium Club project. Here we go. Okay, and we're going to do basketball. So the reason I did this like this is I wanted to show you like vintage, modern, different sports. And we're still going to be able to do this, hopefully, with any luck. So now I need to go, well, I'll show you. So eBay would be smart and would just figure out we're looking for basketball, or just search the entire database and show us only basketball. If I put 91 Kenny Walker Skybox in here, oh man, nobody has that card? Man, oh no, I just forgot to change it to basketball. And you have to be a little smarter than the software. Same with auctions. If I search an auction and then I close this and come back tomorrow and open a new browser, it'll still be on auction. Even though the auctions, you know, there's only 600 baseball auctions right now. Anyway, like I said, another video for another time if you guys want to see about auctions. But so here we go with our basketball cards. Okay, again, every seller that's selling this card, but we only care about those 3 that we know have good shipping now and have our other cards. Jay Westport, was WebGator was the other one in Westlake. Oh, I don't see Westlake. Okay, so Westlake doesn't have this card. So he's pretty much going to be out of the running if I really do want to pull off. Really committed to just getting these 4 cards. So here we go. Add. We're going to add both of those. So now as I go into my cart, I have a big mess because I have all these cards, you know, a lot of cards in here that I don't need. So here's every seller that I have at least one card of. What their shipping is for the current amount that I have. Here's all the cards. Here's everything. Okay. I don't really play much around with filter. Oh, but it looks like I could, because it'll list the seller first. And so that might help me delete. Like I remember I don't need the A cards, right? So I could do that. One more thing. Ignore the box shipping stuff for now. That is just a way to send all your cards to Sportlots, and then they stack up. You know, after you get 200, then you have them shipped to you, and it theoretically can save you money. But most people don't really mess with that. And if you're doing TTMs, you know, you're usually going to want these cards kind of right away. So here's all our sellers again. And here you see the Jay Westport 4. And didn't we have 2 sellers that had 4? I guess not. So that was the only one where we were able to pull off this sort of deal here. So let's go in here and look just at Jay Westport. So 4 cards. The total before shipping $1.04, postage $1.50, total order $2.54. So I got 4 cards I needed for basically $2.50. No way I could really do this anywhere else online. Card Barrel is another place that sells cards like this, but that's all one dude, and he doesn't have nearly this selection. I don't know if you've ever checked out Card Barrel. But what I might do is, after I do the video, after I stop this and upload, if I want to spend another 50 cents on shipping, I could add 5 more cards. So another, commons would be 60 cents plus 50. So another for another $1.20, 374. I could get 10 cards from Jay Westport, and I'll probably do that. So let's clean up our inbox a little bit. I'm going to go back to all sellers, or cart rather. And I only really want Jay Westports, so I'm going to be carefully deleting here. And then let's jump down here. Lot of car. Let's get rid of all those. WebGator, he came close. Westlake, these are all good sellers. I've ordered from all these guys a lot of times, by the way. Okay, I've cleaned up my inbox just for my own sanity. It's going to be easier to check out. So basically, I'll go pay with PayPal, and then that leads me to a payment page. Well, let's do it. Well, actually, I won't do that because I think I'm committed after the next step. But it really walks you through it and links up with your PayPal. Like if you're signed in, you don't even need to log in. And then the seller typically has a couple days. You need to be a little more patient because I think the seller gets like 4 days before they start getting notices that they need to send. But what I found is stuff usually comes pretty fast. Some other deficiencies here. It's very hard to leave feedback. It's just not obvious where to stick it. It's hard to communicate with a seller. Let's go into my orders. Okay. So here's some of my past orders. I've had 275. I don't have anything that's being filled. Everything that I've paid for has either been shipped or is just so old that it's archived. But after I pay, this is where I'll come and check. So it's my orders, and then under these tabs. So here is where like I could go in and finally I could ask this guy a question. Hey, did you ever ship this or whatever? And if I click on my name and this complicated number or his name, it'll show me what's coming. So this was an auction. I got both these cards pretty cheap. What is this? Here's some Laos I picked up when he was really hot. Right now he's like oh for infinity. I don't know what's going on with him. I think these were some other cheap Laos. Let's go look at like an old order. Let's see. Here's one, 74 cards for $13.64. That's from Jesse Carr. And I got a bunch of football 90 action pack, some stadium clubs that I needed to fill in my set with, some other stadium club stuff. There's all the action pack. Those are all going out on Tuesday, by the way. Most all this stuff's going out on Tuesday. But anyway, look at that. 74 cards for under $14 to my door. So the commercial for this guy is over here. This is the kind of thing that he should be doing or whatever. But you guys are my friends. I don't want to see a bunch of money go into eBay when you could be saving a couple bucks and coming here and with a little bit of time and doing the learning curve, it's just one way to do it. A couple other things. I'll show you one more thing before I go, and this is probably a pretty long video, but if you want to just play it and then basically like walk along with me and look for a couple things, that might be a good way to do this. But so if I want to search only Jay Westport, so I really feel like I want to add another, what did I say, 4 or 5 cards. Let's check it out. Okay, I can go up to 10, so I could add 6 more cards. That throws off my math earlier because I was basing it on something else. If I click on the little search here, I can look for just Jay Westport stuff. Okay, and look at this. He has over 250,000 baseball, 139,000 football. Just that's a lot of inventory. No wonder we were able to find 4 cards, right? So Brooks Robinson, Let's see what he has. Okay, 60 leaf, $25. You can find vintage on here, 74. I might want something kind of newer. Let's see. SSPC, maybe I don't have that one. $2, right? Just add it in. I will say this one is a little smarter if you're searching just the seller, because at least it gives you these other tabs to like look at. So there's multi-sport, 84 design products West. I'm not really familiar with that. So here's where I might do a Google, right? Anyway, I think I made my point here. I've just wasting time here. So, okay, so this is what that is. I've never seen that before. It's kind of cool. See, there's one on eBay. $5, $3.20. Buy it now. And what can I get for it here? I can get it for $1. Okay. Again, I can't. Now this one I can see. Okay. Oh, I like the centering. Okay, the corners are pretty good. This one I can't see. So, again, you're taking a little bit of a chance. But, for saving $8, you might do that. And why does Brooks Robinson have a football card? He doesn't. Jerry Brooks, Jerry Robinson. Okay, that's it. I suspect you guys will want me to do follow-up to this or have questions. So we're probably going to call this part 1. And let me know if you want to know about how the auctions work or selling or just anything. Comment below. And at some point, and it only took me 6 months to do this one after I started promising it. At some point, I will do another one. But get in here, play around. As long as you're using the same seller, and you can see that, kind of what his shipping is, you should be good. And you can get a crap ton of commons for next to nothing. You saw me at 70. What did I get? 74 for, what was it, $15? You're not going to do that anywhere else. So that's it for me. And like I said, comment below what you want to see next time. And until then, remember, we don't count subscribers, we count friends.